What's up, guys? Welcome to Appropriate Culture. Today we're talking about life and cooking and self-improvement and motivation. And we're talking with Chef AB today. He's a friend of mine that I've met through, I think we met through Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Chef AB is a chef here based out of Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, we're just talking about life, and then I'm going to talk about cooking a little bit as well, and the process I went through for creating a cookbook. I think we'll probably wrap up with that. But so yeah, Chef AB, thanks for joining us. I follow you on Instagram, and I'm always seeing your posts. You do a lot of cool vegan alternatives. Like I think you did like jackfruit ribs the other day, and a lot of soul food, which I think is awesome. So yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How old are you? Where are you from originally? And yeah, what got you into cooking, and what I guess led you down your culinary path?
Well, I am 32. It's funny I have to think about it because I'm gonna be 33 in July 27th.
No, it's funny. I thought you were like 24, yo. I thought you were.
Oh,
you're
I'll
like the
take
same age as me, pretty much. Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
really?
How old? I'm 34. Yeah, but yeah, that's cool, bro. I mean, shoot, yeah, you look great. Sorry.
So
Go
you're a
ahead.
senior citizen, right? Because I'm younger than you.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
it's
just
funny.
joking.
I
Yeah,
really,
I get that a lot, but especially before I had my beard, it was ridiculous. Like,
oh yeah,
I couldn't even go to the movies. So it's crazy. So yeah, I'm 32, and I'm originally from a small town called Kilgore. It's in Texas.
no worries.
Um,
I've
in the
heard of
second grade, I moved to Dallas, where my family moved to Dallas, and I've been in Dallas ever since. I haven't been out of Texas much. For my externship from a culinary school, I lived in Disney for a while I lived in Orlando for a while because I was working for Disney.
Oh, cool.
But pretty much I've been in Texas my whole life.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. My girlfriend actually is from Dallas.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, that's funny. Cool. So what I guess how long have you been cooking?
I graduated from culinary school in 2010. I think well, I know I I was always infatuated with my mom and my granny and their cooking and how everybody complimented. Like it was funny because I just feel like I come from a long line of cooks, not necessarily chefs, but people would always be like, "Oh, Miss Johnny May got the best cornbread," or they tell my mom she had the best peach cobbler, and
nice.
I wanted to have like that good food more than just on holidays, so I learned how to cook it myself with them. And it made me feel so good. Like when they start complimenting my food and they start enjoying it, it
Nice.
meant more to me like than any chef. Like I thought, you can tell me nothing. So I noticed that in the kitchen I was just very comfortable. Like I knew how to play around with flavors. Like I remember I was like 12 and I made like some chicken with like orange slices and stuff like that. And my mom was like, I think that's when she kind of knew I was probably gonna be a chef. She was like, what? Because like I've never seen them cook like that, but I was just always doing stuff like that. And
Nice.
I've always been well-rounded. Like I didn't want to just do cooking. Like most chefs that I know don't know how to bake or something like that.
Right.
And I've always like dabbled in all of it. Like I enjoy every part of cooking.
Nice, man. It sounds like you'd be like a perfect contestant on Chopped.
Yeah, what's funny is I actually don't watch any of those shows.
No, weird.
Because it just don't seem like reality to me. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's so much technical stuff in it You know what I mean? Sometimes depending on the show, more than like the actual cooking. It's
Oh
like so
yeah, yeah, I agree.
like you can be a great cook, but you probably can't do it in 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of gameplay. And that's like, I mean, it's funny because my background, like I grew up a gamer. Like I was playing video games
Oh, cool.
like 2 or 3 years old, like Fisher Price on Commodore 64, like before Nintendo, basically. But yeah, so it's funny. It's like my brother Orlando, who's actually is going to be on the podcast like next week, pointed that out to me that like we're gamers, you know. It's like we anytime we're in a competition, we're always just like strategizing and stuff.
And you're
But yeah,
you're
that's
still like
funny.
that to this day?
Huh?
You're still a gamer to this day?
In ways, I mean, I find it hard for me to justify spending time playing video games these days. But yeah, I mean, the most recent system I had was a Switch.
I love it.
Which yeah, I haven't played that in like a year, but I love video games. I think that's one of the reasons I avoid them is because I know I'll just spend like all day like lost in whatever world I'm playing. But yeah, it's funny. The On culinary like competition shows, I feel like you really it is like a kind of a different skill set. You're like not necessarily a good cook as far as like always making, you know, stuff taste delicious, but yeah, a lot of it is like strategy and like, you know, doing things quickly and like
Yeah,
working.
I think it's something still great that that you can do something under pressure.
Mhm.
I think that's great in itself. But I kind of more so talking about like the shows like where you can tell it's for TV, like they yelling at the people. Like I would never yell at people that work for me like that, or I
No,
would never
yeah, right.
let anybody yell at me like that. Like certain stuff like that, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
like,
same
and I
here.
don't like when the judges don't have a chef background. It's just like a
Yeah.
celebrity judge or something like that. So I mean, it's just not my thing. As far as those kind of things, but a lot of them, like I noticed, like the baking ones are kind of more realistic
Oh yeah, yeah, the baking ones are a
because
whole
they give you
nother
more
beast.
time.
Well, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I said because they give you more time
No,
on the
yeah, yeah,
baking ones. Yeah,
word. Um, yeah, would you go on like a baking show?
I would probably do any of it for the exposure. Um,
Oh, nice.
because I do what's best, except for like I wouldn't do like Hell's Kitchen, and I'm
Oh
like I
yeah.
wouldn't do anything that I feel like degraded me. But
Yeah, same here.
um, but if it lines up with what I believe in for exposure, I would definitely do it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, man, I think you'd be good. I mean, I haven't had the opportunity to taste your food yet, but I mean, it looks amazing. So yeah, I think you do well.
Likewise, you know what I like about you is that you remind me a lot of myself. Like you're innovative.
Yeah,
Like
we're
the French toast that I did with the cashew with the cashew cream.
yeah.
Like that was great. Like I feel like a lot of the food that I've been making tastes better than a quote unquote real thing. Um,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I
because
feel
it's
like
not as soggy as the eggs, and
yeah,
the egg kind of tastes like got that little fried taste. You
yeah.
know, it kind of got that little scramble taste to it. But with the cashew cream, the cashew's got that natural sweetness.
Hmm.
You almost don't need a lot of maple syrup or anything on it. Like it's
Yeah.
just amazing. Like I found myself like just dipping my finger in the cashew cream. Like it was
Oh, nice.
nice. It was really nice,
Yeah.
and it got a real nice crust on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I really think, you know, if you're gonna make a plant-based alternative, like one, like you should replicate the taste and texture, but it also should be like as nutritious, I feel like. And so that's like why I like seeing your stuff because you're always like cooking with like greens and, you know, like actual veggies and
And I don't cook my greens for 3 hours.
oh yeah, we're
That's how I was taught. But it's like just when you know better, you do better.
yeah.
And I don't cook all the nutrition out of my vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's like I kind of like greens like cooked like that, but I tend to
It's
like
a comfort.
juice stuff, yeah, because it's like if you know that's like you get it's best when it's like raw essentially, but but yeah, I mean, my I haven't had greens like that in a little while, so that's maybe something I should make soon.
Crave it.
But yeah, I know. But yeah, and I love how you present stuff too. Like I feel like that's something like I've been working on for a while, but you've got down, especially with your baked stuff.
That's like my favorite part.
Mm.
Like putting it together. Like I'm about to, like I've been doing a lot of stuff, but like I kind of I used to post stuff as soon as I cook it. Now I kind of build up stuff for content. And
No,
like
no.
I have this pad thai that I did. I love the presentation of all the different colors and stuff, like purple cabbage, fresh carrots and cilantro and fresh
Yeah.
Thai chilies. And
Nice.
I can't wait to post that. But that's like my favorite part, the plating.
Yeah, man, and you're great at it. Yeah, I love all the like how vibrant and like colorful stuff is too. That's how I like to cook, and it's like you can see the nutrition like on the plate, and it's not all like beige.
I call it cafeteria foods. Like I can't stand. I eat with my eyes first.
Yeah, we're in. Yeah, it's funny because I'm like growing like from when I used to just cook for myself, I was like, I would never do that. My food used to like I feel like pretty often turn out like beige or like yellow, and like not
Oh,
very.
really?
Yeah, I mean, because I was really just cooking for myself and like not definitely not posting stuff on Instagram or I mean, back then Instagram didn't even exist. But yeah, now I feel like the last really I think since I opened the cafe in 2018 was when I really started like working on presentation. Because yeah, before that, it wasn't that good. And even then, it's like taken me a few years to get better at it. And simple things like lighting and plating and like the plates you choose and the colors that you're using in your dish, like all that stuff, like you really have to think about beforehand if you don't want your food to turn out kind of monotone.
I feel like I want to interview you. I have so many questions.
Oh yeah, well yeah, well, I think yeah, that'd be great. We should do that too. um but yeah, man. And so you went to culinary school and graduated 2010. What's your culinary journey since then been like?
So I was I worked at Disney. I for my externship I got offered a job and I worked there for a couple of months. It was really nice. What I didn't like about it was Orlando is a place that people are kind of in and out,
Yeah.
and I just make connections to people pretty fast. So it was kind of hard, like seeing people leave so much.
Mm.
Um, and then my mom actually got sick, so I came back to Texas.
Oh, word.
Um, and when I came back to Texas, I was working for like a fine dining restaurant. Then I started working for a school. It was well, it's a company that's like the largest company for private schools cooking, and that's I've been working there since 2013, and now I'm a executive chef there.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked for a school briefly, so I know it's like it's not easy. Like uh, having to cook so many meals. But yeah, the school actually I worked with them and essentially helped them transition their kitchen to be totally whole foods plant-based. Um, and they were already organic, so it's like actual like healthy
Oh,
food.
that's nice.
Yeah, I was seriously like so stoked to be there. And I was surprised it was a preschool, or it is a preschool. So the kids are like anywhere from, like I think it's 6 months to, but it might be 6 weeks. I don't know. It's super young to like 5 years old. And I was making like curry and like kitchery
Oh,
and
wow.
soups and stews and like breakfast scrambles and like uh, sunflower seed omelets. I made shakshuka. Yeah, all
Oh,
types of
wow.
innovative things. One of the things about the school is like they don't repeat. You can't repeat a menu item more than once every 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we had
We have a
basically,
4-week cycle.
yeah, word, yeah. So it was like, you can't basically can't serve the same food like, twice in the same month, or almost. But yeah, that's like, it's kind of tough, and we were doing international food, so like thankfully we had a lot of options. But yeah, I was actually just stoked because beautiful produce, like super healthy food, and then I basically got to design the menu and do whatever we wanted. So yeah, we chose a different country or like region every week, and would make like French
Oh
food.
yeah.
And,
I love that. That reminds me of Epcot.
no, word, yeah. Yeah, I
That's
think,
cool.
yeah, yeah, I've been to Epcot back, probably it's like 12 years ago. But yeah.
We're in the same boat, I guess.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's been a while.
Cool. So yeah, so you've been at the school, and then how long? So you're a plant-based chef now.
Hmm.
I mean, for the most part, or I guess personally, right? You're plant-based.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I the most rewarding part, because I started off, running the lower school. Um, the lower school joined the upper school, and I partnered with two other people to run the whole school, but I still kind of focused on the lower school because that's who I'm familiar with.
Mm,
And one of the things before I was even vegan, I noticed I handled the allergy students, because like if
that's
something
me.
happened with an allergy student, you can basically lose your job that day. And plus, of course, I just couldn't live with that. Of course, I take that very seriously. So I really didn't trust anybody else to handle that. And just seeing, um, I had to be creative. When you see a child that's gluten free face on mac and cheese day, and they don't fully understand why they can't have it. I just care enough to find an alternative. So
Nice.
that kind of started. I had some vegan students. I had some gluten free students. I had people allergic to like mustard and just a lot of stuff that. And we're tree nut and peanut free. So
Donuts.
that's perfect. The only nut we have is coconut.
Oh
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
rarely
Most
use
things the
that.
same.
And sometimes I don't even use it because it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
But
we're
it's kind of different. It's not as, you know, bad. It's not as many people allergic to it.
yeah.
But so that kind of like, I didn't know it then, but that kind of started me on my journey of why are people gluten free? Why are they sensitive to certain things? And then I came across Tabitha Brown, and
Nice.
she was just so like, she just reminds you of like your mom. She's so comforting, and she did a lot of creative recipes and stuff like that. So before I was even thinking about going vegan, because I didn't at the time, I just didn't feel like it was much benefit to it. Like my idea of a vegan was, you know, the stereotype. So I had no idea. Nobody in my family was a vegan, so
Yeah.
I had nothing to go off of. So during the pandemic, I watched the documentary "What the Health," and I had already started on my own weight loss journey. I started eating lean meats, just chicken, fish, and turkey, and I was losing. I lost about 60 pounds, but I never felt, healthy. I had high blood pressure. I had problems with my joints where they would like swell up. It was hard to get through an 8-hour shift of work.
Mm.
And I would basically come home and soak and take a bath and just try to get ready for the next day to go through the pain all over again. It was like no way to live life. And I was like, I'm doing everything that they said I should do. Like I'm eating the quote unquote healthy meats,
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, well, maybe I need to lose another 60 pounds. But during the pandemic, I came across What the Health, and then everything just kind of made sense. It just made sense because I was experiencing a lot of the stuff they was talking about, like the addictiveness
Mm.
and just like the pain and the inflammation. And I'm like, okay, that's when I saw a benefit in going vegan for my health. And ever since then, July, it'll be a year that I'm vegan.
That was sweet.
Hmm.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then
Yeah.
I no longer take medication for blood pressure, and I no longer have that pain in my ankles.
Nice. And so you lost like 60 pounds before you went vegan?
I lost 60 pounds, but I would gain about 40 back. It was like a journey. Like I would go back and forth.
No way.
Because I was still like when I would get disappointed that I'm still in pain, so I would just
Yeah,
start
yeah.
back eating again, and I
Yeah,
was just
I
going
know
like,
I know how that goes. Yeah.
yeah, I was like going back and forth with it. Like, I had to completely change my relationship with food because I like I would literally cook like a nice meal for other people, and then I would go get a Chick-fil-A with like 10 sauces and extra fries and just eating like ridiculous and just
Yeah.
watching a movie in pain and just
Yeah,
doing it to myself basically
yeah, that's
and
tough,
not
man.
fully knowing.
I feel like a lot of people are probably in that same boat. And I mean, like, people look at me and like feel like, oh yeah, he wouldn't understand that. He's like, I've been skinny my whole life, but like I've also been like super addicted to like unhealthy foods. And my like eating habits haven't resulted in me gaining weight, but I like have had digestive issues. Like I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in like 2006 and celiac disease in 2001, and then like I have other food allergies. And so yeah, but it's like I know how addictive food can be, and like especially unhealthy food. And then like once you're like what would you always often trip me up is like I would be like super strict with my diet and be like, eating super healthy, and then still just like feeling terrible and like getting and being sick. And so I would like,
Wow, okay.
yeah, so I would at that point I would be like, well, like F this, it's like I've been strict and healthy, eating healthy and like not eating what I want to eat, and I still feel crappy. So yeah, I like
Right.
a few times I just like get in these really like self-destructive modes and would just eat, even like
That's exactly what it is.
dairy and stuff.
Self-destructive.
Yeah, man. And so it's like, it's like I was eating stuff to enjoy, eating it for the moment, but it was like just, continuing to harm me. But yeah, man, I mean, and I feel like that's kind of how the food system in our country is set up. It's like, it's all about entertainment and, and like short-term gratification when, because our brains get hijacked by our sugar addictions and, the fat and the salt and MSG and like flavor enhancers and stuff. It's funny, I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Joel Furman,
No.
but he has like I don't know if he created it, but he promotes the nutritarian diet where it's plant-based and like super nutrient dense.
Okay.
One thing that's it's like if you think about it, it's true, but he says he in his recipes he doesn't use oil or salt.
There were I know another person that does that. I tried it for a little while. But I think it's important to cut out oils, but I'm not there yet.
Oh yeah, I
Because I
mean,
tried
so
to make a hummus with no oil and I did the vegetable stock and it tastes like refried beans.
oh
And I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
no.
I mean, I'm like, I feel like could maybe get around it with like coconut cream or like certain or like avocado or something.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yes,
it's
avocado.
funny. He says, he doesn't use oil or fat because they're flavor enhancers, and they like basically trick your mind, into like liking the food more than you need to eat. And I mean, that's definitely, it's like, it's true, it's definitely true,
I
but it's
believe
like,
it.
like oil and fat or oil and salt are like what make the food taste good, so it's like as a chef, it's like I can't really cut that out when I'm, cooking
Well, yeah, it's and like
people.
also we're taught to like cook for other people. And you're
Yeah,
not gonna get hired again if the food don't taste good.
yeah,
And
exactly,
I
and
did have to
people need
change
it.
my relationship with food. Like
Yeah,
even like a lot of the stuff that I post, I don't eat. Like
yeah,
I'm on a on Clubhouse, I'm on a vegan food fight. So I know the kind of food that's gonna win. So I
oh
make
yeah,
that for that and
yeah,
it's exciting and it's fun and it reminds me of my granny, it reminds me of my childhood. But I mean, a lot, even that stuff is vegan, but
Yeah.
I couldn't eat those like huge portions that I posted. But I know that's what grabs attention or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
But
man, I do the same thing.
yeah, so it's like I don't necessarily eat that. Behind this, like I do, but like not like the portion that you see, or it's just
Mhm.
not as it's not as it seems. But I definitely um can relate because like even like I had to completely change my relationship with food. But
Yeah.
like for instance, last night I felt one of those old things coming back that I've worked so hard not to do. So I got upset about something. And what did I do? I ate some popcorn and some Oreos,
Mm.
and I'm like, no, like artificial butter. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
vegan, but is it
So
healthy?
good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not
man.
it's
I'm
like
like,
it's
yeah, mine are like gluten-free waffles with like extra, vegan butter and syrup and stuff, like late at night.
yeah.
And then
So
yeah,
and I'm like, yeah. So
yeah, it's tough, man. And it's like you got to be easy with yourself. It's like I read this book, Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, and he interviews like the most successful people in the world, and a lot of them like essentially do actually no. There's a specific guy who I guess developed the slow carb diet, where it's like it's kind of like basically like keto, but they like have a built-in cheat day, so you can like eat whatever you want on Saturday or something like that, and like just
I don't believe in cheat days. I
I
believe in
know,
a
right?
cheat meal
Yeah,
because a
where
cheat day can
oh
undo a
yeah,
lot of stuff.
you can do damage in a day. But yeah, it's like if I can't do that because like my intestines would just like not, I can't
I
really
don't
have
know.
a cheat day.
And yeah,
But
I mean, really, like you're not missing out on nothing. It's like the child in
yeah,
us that think we're missing out on something because your food is amazing. Like I haven't
no thanks, man.
tasted your food, but I've been dabbling in your cookbook, and it's like it's the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. And I like that was one of the things from like when I had the cafe, like Celeste Cafe, is we were gluten free and soy free. So a lot of people came in who weren't vegan, and pretty much I mean you can actually look up we have like had like 5 stars on Yelp, and like we're basically the highest rated vegan cafe in Seattle for the 2 years we were open. And a lot of our customers weren't vegan, but like multiple people came up and were like, hey, like those are the best tacos I've ever had, or that's the best like quiche I've ever had. And I think a lot of people like actually the hemp seed is better than eggs, because like eggs like can be kind of spongy, and same with
And better than the tofu too. I don't
yeah,
mind a tofu scramble, but the hemp scramble is better.
yeah, and that's the thing.
Um,
I've never liked tofu scrambles, but yeah, the hemp scramble I love. Same with pumpkin seeds. It's
I think tofu makes a nice ricotta.
yeah, we're in.
It's just certain things like everything is not equal. It's
Yeah,
just you have to play with it. Like some people try one vegan cheese and then they're like, "Oh, vegan cheese is terrible." To me, I
yeah,
only enjoy vegan cheese melted,
yeah.
so it doesn't necessarily mean it's terrible. It's just a way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like I never liked vegan cheese until I tried Kite Hill cream cheese, which I ended
Oh,
up
and the
actually.
Trader Joe's cream cheese is so good too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know if I've tried that one.
I don't like their. No, let me not say what I don't like.
Oh yeah, we're in. But actually, so that I think we can probably wrap up pretty soon. But that I let me just get a few more questions.
Okay.
So having been plant-based now for a year or so, and having the alternatives and having been a chef, do you have any favorite products or favorite recipes, or like what are your let's say top five either dishes, products? Let's
Man,
say
man,
let's
man,
get one product in there, and then either dishes or recipes. And then what's like your favorite thing that you make?
My favorite thing. Oh, it's hard because it's constantly changing. Because like I would have said my vegan Alfredo, but this pad thai I just made is amazing. I've made it
Oh,
before, but
nice.
I just really, really made it really good. So it's hard to say a favorite thing.
What do you use for your base for your Alfredo?
Cashews.
Oh, nice. Yeah, me too.
It is amazing, and I don't put no like. To me, this is just my personal preference. I feel like lemon juice and stuff like that is not necessary
Word.
for that. Lemon takes over to
Mm.
me. Like it's just such a powerful, great flavor, but
Yeah.
it's not for everything.
Oh
and
yeah, that's funny. I love lemon, but yeah, I would agree with that.
yeah, so it's like it's cashews, um, vegetable stock, nutritional yeast. I do I saute onions and garlic and throw it all in there with it, and that's pretty much it. Like the cashews are so creamy. I don't do a plant-based milk with it because um the stock in the cashews pretty much make a cashew milk. So
Mm.
I don't
Do
it's
you
like the cashews are so creamy.
do you blend your sauce after you cook it?
Yeah.
Nice. So you like cook the onions and
I
garlic and then
yeah, the onions and garlic be cooked. Everything going in it in the sauce, it's already cooked and prepared. Then I it's like a process where I put it on the stove for about 3 minutes, and some it thickens up. Like it looks like water. You like this is not
yeah.
Alfredo.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
put it
it's
on the
funny. Your recipe sounds just like mine. It's like I saute onions, garlic, a little. I think I love thyme. It's like my favorite
so
herb. So
you sounds like you can cook, man.
yeah. So yeah, thyme, like probably like a little oregano, which I know is not traditional, but yeah. And then like with the cat, I usually make cashew cream and then put it in and then blend it all. But yeah, it's like you could.
Oh, pretty much the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So um then I've just did it so many ways. Like my one probably my favorite way to do it, I've recently like started adding in sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh, nice.
And pretty much that same recipe, you add a little cornstarch and some roasted red peppers, then you have a vegan cheese.
No, yeah, word.
Yeah, so like, but I've done so many different things with that. Sometimes I do it with I do more sauteed onions and some portobello mushrooms and season it like steak and have it with that. Or if I want to make it like a chicken one, I'll do seitan. You know, I've did it all kind of ways, and it was so fast and so easy. It was a go to for a while.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, yeah, we definitely got to get you cookbook done, or like I would, love to try these recipes. So yeah, let's yeah, go through that in a minute. Would you have any favorite like vegan products that you
I love
regularly? Yeah,
the cream cheese from Trader Joe's, the
nice.
mushroom seasoning, the mushroom every I think it's what is it called? Mushroom all purpose or something like that. I
Is it
love their
the
vegan.
everything bagel seasoning?
Yes, I love the everything bagel seasoning. But I'm
Mm.
talking about the mushroom. They got like a multi-purpose mushroom seasoning, and it
Oh,
has like red chili flakes in it.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
so like it's
It's
so
like
good.
umami.
Yes, I love their everything bagel seasoning. I love their vegan chickenless seasoning. Um, and let's see. Oh, the how do you say Miyoki's? The butter. They got the
Miyokos, yeah.
Miyokos. They have like the best butter.
So
Cause I tried so
Miyokos,
many different butters for my buttercream,
nice.
and I don't. Yeah, it's amazing. Like the earth balance really doesn't work.
Yeah, we're
Um,
yeah,
the
Miyoko's, it's
country cock
funny.
is too soft.
Yeah, the Miyoko's, I actually when I was at the cafe, I ended up making our own coconut cashew butter that was essentially based off theirs. Just like coconut oil and melted coconut oil mixed with cashew cream and then a little bit of salt and like a splash of apple cider vinegar. So the cream cheese, do you mean the Trader Joe's brand cream cheese or the
Yeah,
Miyoko's?
they have the Trader Joe's brand cream cheese and
Oh, nice.
Miyoko's. Also, I like their cream cheese too.
Yeah, yeah,
But the Trader Joe's like the Trader Joe's one is like half the price, and
yeah,
it's
word.
good. It's
Nice.
really good. And
Yeah,
I
that's awesome.
also I pretty much like all the field roast products. Like they got a cheese that's really good. Like probably my favorite plant based cheese. I can't remember the name of it.
The chow.
Yes, that is
Yeah, that one's
amazing.
so good. It's the best. It's yeah, I think
It's
the best.
amazing.
And then have you tried the Follow Your Heart smoked Gouda?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah,
And I
those two I
only
think
the
are
follow
phenomenal.
your heart. It does have a like their cheddars and stuff like that. They have an aftertaste.
So yeah.
Um,
Yeah, just the
but
smoked Gouda is the one that I like.
but
I
the
don't
smoked
think
gouda is
my
like perfect. Like no aftertaste on the smoked gouda. But
yeah, so good.
they have like but when it's melted, it tastes good. I just can't have it not melted.
Yeah, same here.
Basically.
That's pretty much any vegan cheese except for Kite Hill, which those aren't really supposed to be melted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard like the stuff that's not pre-sliced up is like the best. So I need to dabble into that.
No, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too. It's like it's better if you like grate it or slice it yourself. Um,
So picking like my favorite thing to is hard, but I would say the thing that I'm most proud of is that I did vegan oxtails.
ooh,
And I was just really proud of it. Like I had
what did
people
you? How
literally,
did you do that? That sounds incredible. Like, I'm just like,
yeah, like people was literally telling me like that is not like that is meat. Like they was telling me like I thought you were vegan. I got so many comments of people messaging me like I thought you were vegan. What's going on? What are you eating? Did you make that for somebody? I'm like these are vegan oxtails.
where
Um,
that's awesome.
and I did it with wheat gluten, um, oyster mushrooms, and jackfruit. And then for the bone, I used parsnip,
No, nice.
like to imitate the bone, and it was
That's
just
genius.
amazing. Like the wheat gluten gave it the stableness.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about wheat gluten with you,
Oh no, it's all good, man.
but you can
It's
probably do like chickpea flour
yeah,
or something.
I mean, I'm gonna work on a gluten-free version of say of like your substitute for seitan.
Right? You you could just karate chop me talking about wheat gluten,
Oh
but
no, that's good. Yeah, that's cool.
um,
And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
and the jackfruit gives it like that. That have you ever had oxtails?
I don't think so. I've
Okay, so like I don't know if you so you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but like it has like this shredded taste to it, like and the jackfruit gives it that like texture
yeah,
a step above like you really tearing into meat. Like I also do like a jackfruit pot roast, and it's like it
nice.
just gives you that
Kind of
that
stringy.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it was incredible. Like
nice.
it took a while to make because any oxtails take a while to make anyways, but
Yeah, we're in.
it was amazing.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that sounds incredible, man. Yeah, it's funny that so it's like I love Trader Joe's. It sounds like you shop a lot at Trader Joe's and really like their stuff. What's funny is I've been planning to write a cookbook um for basically like the vegan allergen friendly guide to Trader Joe's or like a
Oh,
uh
that's awesome.
Trader Joe's cookbook. If you want to collaborate on that, I would love
I am
to
very
work you with
well
you on
aware
that.
of their products.
Nice. Yeah, because I mean, and you could also help with the like the non-gluten-free side, like because there's a ton of products that I just can't really
Oh, okay.
use or explore because they're not gluten-free. So yeah, and so yeah, man, we'll talk about that. Yeah, maybe sometime this next week or and
So you
I
enjoy
scheduled
Trader Joe's a lot too?
I love Trader Joe's. Yeah, I recently have been doing mostly raw, like raw,
Oh,
like
that's awesome. Yeah, I've been seeing your juices. That's awesome, man.
yeah, and I love Trader Joe's. They have a great selection. I actually need to go there, and the one close to me has purple sweet potatoes, and I'm working on like a purple sushi roll that I need purple sweet potatoes for.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to try your purple sweet potato pie because I
oh
love sweet
yeah,
potato pie.
yeah, that's my favorite dessert. It's like it's gotten better too. Because it was our signature dessert at Celeste Cafe. But yeah, it's like just purple sweet potatoes have like a natural vanilla ice cream flavor to them.
Oh yeah, I'm
Um,
sold. I'm sold.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, and I put quite a bit of spice in it, but because of the purple sweet potato, it has like it's, I guess, pretty dense. Like you taste the spices, but it's not overpowering. But yeah, man. So yeah, we'll talk. Let's talk about that soon. Maybe I'll write up a proposal and send it to you or something.
Nice.
And then yeah, maybe we can just do another chat. And either for appropriate culture on. I think we. Do you have a YouTube page?
I do.
Cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
maybe for both of our YouTube pages. And I'll send you the highlights from this too. So if you want to post anything.
Nice.
But yeah, so just wrapping up, I know you wanted to talk about just the process I went through for creating my cookbook. And it's actually, so I created a cookbook, vegan AF, allergen friendly, that I released in March.
There was some wordplay there.
Huh?
There was some wordplay there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's funny. I say like, yeah, vegan, allergen friendly. That was like my tagline from the cafe too, because we were gluten free, soy free, and like plant based. But yeah, so that came out earlier this year. I actually also released a cookbook last year called
I
Celeste.
didn't know about that.
Yeah, it was basically all our sauces and like milks and creams and stuff from and I guess a couple of cheeses too from Celeste Cafe. And so that has like my roasted garlic sauce in there. That's basically roasted garlic, cashew cream, and lemon zest and lemon juice. And then, yeah, I have like a cheese sauce in there that's hemp seeds and cashews. And then like onions, garlic, nutritional yeast. And I also have like a sauce that sounds similar to your cheese sauce, because it's basically roasted onion, roasted garlic, and roasted red pepper with hemp and cashew.
I don't know what it is about the roasted red pepper. Wow, it's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But yeah, that tip that you shared about portioning up your garlic and freezing it
Mm-hmm.
is very helpful because I love garlic. It's probably garlic and onion is probably in almost everything
Yeah.
outside
Yeah.
of
Same
desserts.
here. Yeah, it's funny. I recently cut back, and I guess I was doing it at the cafe too, because we had a significant amount of customers who were allium free, so they can't do garlic, onions, shallots, green onions, like ramps or any of that
I
stuff.
never came across that before.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I was surprised at how many people. And so it's funny because one of our like very regular customers, who I ended up doing like catering orders through there too, wasn't vegan, but like she was allium free, and I think she might have had some other allergies too. But yeah, it was between allium free and nightshade free were our two on top, like our two most common allergies on top of being soy free or gluten free. Because yeah, it was funny because nightshades are like tomatoes, eggplant, bell peppers, or any kind of peppers.
That's a lot.
Like sorrel, I think, is randomly a nightshade. But yeah, so like it actually helped me become a much better chef, because I had to learn to work around, like, if you can't use garlic and onions, like what do you use, And so like I made a pesto with like horseradish and ginger and mustard seed instead of garlic.
Yeah, are that because all that the mustard seed and the horseradish have that bite
Yeah.
like that? Yeah, that was
Yeah, and
very
then,
smart.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, I had to get creative, but anyway, so um I've come out with two cookbooks, and the process I went through on the first one. So I essentially used iBooks, Author, I think, is the app, if you have a Mac. And that was so I could publish it to like Apple Books. And it was kind of weird because I posted that one to Kindle as well. And that because I did it on iBooks Author, when I translated it to Kindle, it was like a super huge file. And then so like Amazon has this weird thing. It's like they either give you 30% commission, like every book you sell, like say you sell for $20, they'll give you like 30% of that. So
Yo,
Amazon,
they're taking a huge chunk.
yeah, so I actually didn't post this last cookbook on Amazon because of that. But so they also have a different option to where you get to keep 70%. But they subtract, like they subtract a certain amount of money depending on how many megabytes your file is. So when I like translated it from iBooks to Kindle, it ended up being like 60 megabytes or something like ridiculously large. And then so the first 20 books I sold, like they took literally all of my commissions. Because I had it on I was trying to get 70%, and like because it was a large file, they like literally it deducted everything.
They found a way to get the money.
Yeah, so I switched. I basically had to switch it over to the 30% commission, which still, I mean, still sucks, but it's like, well, at least I'm getting
To
my
make
name.
something.
Yeah,
It's a
getting
lot
my
of hard
name
work.
recipes out. Yeah. So that one, it was like 20 recipes. And then so this I learned a lot, from definitely from both times. But the first one, so because of that fiasco, I decided to create it in an independent program, so I wouldn't have problems like translating it to different platforms. So I used Adobe InDesign, which you can like license directly from them. I think it's like $20 a month. And I have like their creative suites. I use Premiere and a couple other programs. But I mean, so that one, it's pretty simple. And I essentially just watched some like simple YouTube tutorials to figure out how to use InDesign. But depending on what platforms you want to release it to, you can do it like Kindle has its own ebook creator. It's called Kindle Create, which I went back and did the first one through that, and it still like was kind of weird. Like I think I tried to import it through that, but yeah, InDesign has been great for me. And then it was pretty simple once I created it on InDesign. I put it also on Kobo Books. It's like Rakuten is the platform. And then there's also this thing. There's a service called Draft to Digital. So if you have your ebook created, you can essentially upload it to Draft to Digital. And they'll I think basically for a small fee, they'll distribute it to like Barnes and Noble and Kobo Books, and you can do Amazon if you want.
Is there a way to make your book a physical book?
So with Draft to Digital, it's like they're working on that. I don't think they've released that feature yet, but once you have your book done, there's a number of like online printers who will do it from anywhere from like $5 to $15 like per book.
Oh wow.
Yeah, depending on how many of them you order, if you want to do like paperback or hardback, how many pages are in the book, if you want like full color and like the quality. So it's really, I mean, you can get it done pretty cheaply, especially if you get it in bulk, but you can also like, pay like 25 or $20 or $25 a book if you want it like super fancy.
Yeah, I want like a nice book because mine is like I don't want to block any of my blessings. And of course, like, it'd be nice to sell a bunch of cookbooks, but it's just like it's like a dream.
Yeah,
So I wanted like a nice like book kind of like a tribute to all the cooks of my life. And
Nice.
yeah, like it's more so like a goal and
Yeah.
like a dream, like
Yeah,
something.
I love that actually. So I'm planning to get a book printed also. I'm gonna include most of the recipes from my vegan AF cookbook, but also just some different ones. It'll probably be like more encompassing of like how I cook, but also include more like simple recipes because most of my recipes are like pretty involved, especially the ones from the cafe because I was like trying to create the best version of like quiche or
Right.
or tacos, and so it's like I have realized that the average home cook is not going to go through the
Technicals, like all the technical.
yeah, because you have to make everything's made from scratch. So it's like cook the beans, make the hemp seed cream, like saute, chop and saute all the veggies, add the spices, add the hemp cream, add the beans, mash it, and it's like, to me, it's worth it because it's like, I'm going to do this, once, freeze like most of it and have it for like 2 weeks. But like, I could see how it would be super intimidating to someone who doesn't cook regularly because it is some of those are like a 3 or 4 hour recipe. Unless like since I've done it, like over 100 times, like I can, bang out tacos in, 45 minutes or if I needed to even
Yeah,
shorter.
your
But
lasagna seems like it takes a while.
yeah, in that, I mean, originally when I was making lasagna, I was making my own ricotta, which is like a like kind of 3 hour process, including the refrigeration time. But like that is like even just making the ricotta is like a 20-minute process, and then you refrigerate it, and then making the roasted garlic sauce, I made the sauce from scratch too, from my tomato sauce from scratch, and it's like our lasagna was super popular, but I don't think the average person's like willing to do that on a regular basis.
What now? I noticed that you do use like the chickpea juice,
No,
but what is
aquafaba.
your opinion on canned food?
So in a pinch, I'll use canned aquafaba. I have no problem with canned food. The thing is, it's like generally when I use chickpeas or beans, like I open the can and then rinse the beans.
Oh
Um,
yeah, me too.
yeah,
Like until I found out the use the it could act as an egg, of
yeah.
course, but
So
it
yeah,
just seemed very slimy.
so with like aquafaba, say I start a food company or a restaurant or something and I'm using aquafaba like on the regular, like I'm generally gonna make it myself. Like when I was at the school, we made everything from scratch. We didn't use canned food. So anytime I use aquafaba to make like French toast or something, it was like left over from boiling the chickpeas, and we soak chickpeas overnight and then rinse them halfway, like after a few hours, and then basically put them in a pressure cooker and cook it for 30 minutes, and then like the liquid is like, I mean, you
It
can
still it does the
make
same
your
thing.
own. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so like for me, like I still use canned food. There's certain things that I haven't got away from,
yeah,
like roasted. I love the fire roasted tomatoes and
oh yeah,
like the jackfruit. But mostly I don't use canned food even before I was vegan because I just felt like canned food was created for survival.
mm,
Like the chickpeas necessarily need to last 2 years.
yeah,
What are they putting in there for the last 2 years? So
yeah.
um, I don't like this with the jackfruit. It's hard to get away from it because the fresh
You can't really
jackfruit,
buy like unripe jackfruit even. Like even
right?
if you wanted to buy the big ones, they like don't
So
usually
that's like
sell
so
them.
but I just like it's to a minimum. I'll probably
Yeah,
say about 20 to 10%. But yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
nice. Well, cool, man. I think yeah, we're probably at about an hour. Yeah, I think we went a little longer than planned, which is great. So yeah, thanks so much for talking to me. And I'm for everybody who's curious, I'm gonna link or add Chef AB's links to like Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse. So yeah, I'll grab all those from you. But yeah, if you want to check him out, I mean, just look up Chef AB Sanders on Instagram. I think you've got your stuff linked on there. And then yeah, look out for his cookbook. I mean, I'm definitely down to
I'm
help
excited.
with anything. And so yeah, and also we got to collaborate on that Trader Joe's one. Even if it's soup, like I'd love to do just like really simple. This is grab these products, or like this is how you spend $100 at Trader Joe's and make it last for the month, or like.
Mm-hmm.
And because yeah, there's a lot of, like, you can buy organic black beans, for super cheap, organic rice, like, or not organic, but
When I
yeah.
first went vegan, I was juicing celery,
Oh, I do
and
that all
their
every
their
day.
organic celery is the best.
Oh yeah, they actually, Trader Joe's, on that note, is where I buy bottled celery juice, because like I.
Oh no, no, no! I don't know about the bottled celery juice,
Oh
but
yeah, I
there's
know. It's, trust me, it's better than no juice. Like it's Suja. I mean, but it's like Trader Joe's has it for the cheapest. So it's like I juice myself every day, but if I
it's good.
want juice in addition to that, like yeah, I usually buy bottled, like, cold pressed juices.
Yeah, cold press is the best.
Yeah.
So it is good.
So yeah, man, everyone, keep a lookout for that. And again, thank you so much, Chef AB. Do you have any last words or last parting
Yeah.
sentiments?
I share some of my recipes on Facebook at Chef AB Sanders Fitness. I have a lot of more of my vegan food and some recipes and stuff like that. And yeah, I just really appreciate doing this. I feel like I learned a lot about you.
Nice. Yeah,
We
likewise,
have
man.
even more in common than I knew. So
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, I've
Definitely a
got,
great
some
conversation.
cool. Yeah. I'm really appreciate you, taking your time. And also, check Chef AB out on TikTok. I feel like your
I
fitness
love it.
journey
Yeah.
is well documented on there. And I'm also going to
Thank
send you
you.
a link, because I talked about you, I mentioned you on the podcast on our self-improvement episode. So I will send you that clip. But yeah, thanks again. And yeah, also, yeah, everyone just make sure to follow Chef AB. And I'm still just in awe and so inspired by your fitness journey. And like, I always see you posting, like, you're at the gym at 5 in the morning. So I'm just like, all right, gotta get to the gym. So yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining us, but also thank you for just being an inspiration, and sharing your food, sharing your love for life, sharing your fitness journey. Yeah, man, the world is a better place because you're in it.
Yeah, and thank you for being you, just a nice, inviting person. Like I always feel comfortable on any of your platforms. So I really appreciate you. Really not happy that we met.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm glad, and I'm looking forward to our collaborations in the future. So yeah, everyone, thank you for joining us, and make sure to check out Chef AB. All right,
All right.
peace.
Peace.
Thanks for watching this episode from Appropriate Culture. If you want to watch other episodes, make sure to make your way to appropriateculture.com. You can also hang out with us in other social media platforms. They're all in the link in the description. And aside from that, if you want to listen to the podcast on other platforms like Audible, Spotify, any of those, you can also find us there as well. Link in the description. Take it easy, guys. Have a good day.